is the reason why wrestling is where it's at. With all these screaming fans here in Chicago, you can see it. This man's a legend in his
How am I not going to like this guy, right? He knows everything.
Now, I want to ask you one. Welcome to a special edition of Wrestling Resource Television. I'm your host, P.L. Myers. We're here up in Milwaukee for a very special press conference hosted by the WWE promoting their upcoming pay-per-view, Taboo Tuesday.
As you just heard, I am the coach, and I would personally, on behalf of World Wrestling Entertainment, like to welcome you to the beautiful Bradley Center this afternoon. And this press conference all about Taboo Tuesday. Now, we've had a lot of great events here at the Bradley Center, but none like what you're going to see Tuesday night, October 19th. This will be only the second time in WWE history, and the first time in 15 years we'll have a pay-per-view on a Tuesday night. But this is all interactive for the first time ever. So let's get started right now. I'd like to introduce our first man to the podium, the man behind the idea, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment, Vince McMahon.
No chance, that's what you got. Up against a machine too strong. Pretty politicians buying souls for rough song puppets. Won't find their place in the line.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Pleasure to be here in Milwaukee. We're all looking forward to Tuesday, October 19, and this is a revolutionary event for us. Never before have we done anything quite like this. And it's about time perhaps we did, in which we would take the power, as it were, away from the promoters, away from the general managers, and give it to WWE fans. For the first time in history, it'll be the WWE fans who determine who will face our champions, including the World Heavyweight Champion. And right now, we've narrowed it down to a number of individuals. Actually, there'll be 4 candidates that you will choose from, and you will determine who will face Triple H for the world title. Those candidates being Shawn Michaels. Unquestionably, a storied history between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Another individual who's a candidate is an individual who, quite frankly, Triple H has never defeated. That would be Chris Benoit. And likewise, certainly another superstar who deserves to be in that same strata, who's never really had the opportunity to reach for the big brass ring, and that would be Edge. And also, certainly, last in this case, but not least, would be an individual who who truly deserves this opportunity, and that would be the legend killer, Randy Orton. So by your affirmation in Milwaukee, you're going to determine loudly and clearly exactly who it is you wish to face the world champion. In addition to all of the other championships, the same is true with the Intercontinental title, the same is true with the Tag Team Championship. There'll be stipulations in which you will decide. There'll be interactivity with you and the live audience in terms of who will be a guest ring announcer, guest timekeeper, you name it. You're going to be totally immersed, totally involved in this event. This will be, we've had some great events, as Coach has said in the past, but I believe this one will be the greatest event we've ever had here in Milwaukee, Taboo Tuesday. We're really looking forward to having you all turn out and having a wonderful time as only you know how to do. So thank you very much.
The first superstar I'd like to introduce this afternoon, as Mr. McMahon just said, will be one of those four men you will get to choose from who will face Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. He's young, he's brash, he's cocky, he's a legend killer, Randy Orton.
Thank you very much. Milwaukee, how you doing? Good to hear, good to hear. I got to tell you, not only did I grow up in a wrestling family, as most of you I'm sure know, I grew up thank you very much. I grew up a wrestling fan, and I'm still to this day a wrestling fan. And Taboo Tuesday is going to mark a remarkable event. As such, being the first time you, the fans, have had such an active role on what's going to happen at this event. You're going to be involved in choosing the fate, you could say, of many of us, me included. Now, you also, of course, get to pick from four individuals, myself included, to face Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Edge, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit, I've been in the ring with all of them, and I got to say, they're top competitors. I've been defeated and I've beaten all three of them. And I've done something that Triple H has never been able to do, and that's beat Chris Benoit. I've done something that Triple H has done, and that's defeat Shawn Michaels. But I'll tell you what, Shawn Michaels is the Heartbreak Kid, and he has nothing to prove. He's one of the best in the world ever. And Edge, being recently stripped of the Intercontinental title, definitely deserves a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. But I am confident that you, the fans, will make the right decision, and you will choose me, the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in history.
Wherever the coach goes the world over, one question that I get more than any other probably is, Coach, what's it like to interact with your beautiful WWE divas? Well, I've kind of made it a career interacting with our divas. And at Taboo Tuesday, you will now have the opportunity to interact with our divas. And our next superstar coming out is one of the greatest divas of all time. 5-time women's champion, 3 times Baby of the Year, current women's champion. Please welcome Trish Stratus.
What's up, Milwaukee? How you doing? I think it's fantastic that the fans have the power. And I have to say that I want to remind you all that with power comes responsibility. Thank you. Quoting my Spidey friend. Bottom line is, it's your decision. It's your choice. Great. And I will be coming back to the Bradley Center to deliver satisfaction any way you like.
Our next superstar we're bringing out to the stage this afternoon is one of the greatest superstars in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment. You say his name is only 3 letters. HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Well, hello, boys and girls. Here we are again. Another WWE first-time event, and as you all know, we can't have these kind of first-time events in the WWE without the foundation, without the cornerstone of the WWE, yours truly, the Heartbreak Kid. And you know what's really cool about this one? I have to tell you, for years and years, I've come out here, and so has he, telling you guys how, everything we do is about you. I mean, without you, we don't go very far. I mean, I've had the luxury of wrestling in an empty building full of chairs, and it ain't great without you guys. So now, for the first time, you guys get to do what I have been trying to do in this company for 17 years. Take the power out of that man's hands and put it into yours, because, quite honestly, I trust you more than I trust him. Now, I have to tell you, here in Milwaukee, this is old stomping grounds for the Heartbreak Kid, and, this is going to be an awesome event, Taboo Tuesday, and I get a chance, along with Randy Orton, Edge, and Chris Benoit, to possibly face the World Heavyweight Champion Triple H. And everybody knows what he and I have been through, and with all due respect to Randy Orton, Chris Benoit, and Edge, everybody knows, you, me, and Triple H all know there's only one guy in this company that can push him to the limit, and that's me. There isn't anything he's going to do to me that I haven't seen. There isn't anything he's going to do to me that hasn't already been done. And the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, all I need is just one more chance at the World Heavyweight Championship. And for the first time ever, you guys, each and every one of you, the fans of the WWE, are in control of my destiny. And that's pretty cool, I have to tell you, because as I said before, without you guys, this would be a shallow line of work. And I've had the privilege to come out here in front of you, as I've said, for 17 years in this company, and I've enjoyed every second of it, and I couldn't think of a better way to top it off than let you guys put me in a match for the World Heavyweight Championship and bring the World Heavyweight Championship back to the fans of the WWE. Thank you all very much.
Please welcome the one, the only, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Well, first of all, you didn't come here to talk. You came here to listen. Okay? That'd be you. Interactive is not something I'm in favor of. Triple H is my best friend in life. He's the greatest world champion alive. The company has gone above and beyond, as usual, to create something for the fans. Milwaukee will be sold out because it's a WWE. Millions of fans will be involved in Interactive because it's the WWE. We're the greatest athletes alive today. We're the very best. And guys like me don't have to walk out here and kiss ass like Randy Orton did. You don't got to tell Shawn Michaels how good he is. You don't got to tell Randy Orton how good he is. Whoever faces Triple H that night will do the same thing that everybody else has done. They'll pay homage to the greatest champion of all time. Once again, the WWE rock and rolls were the greatest form of sports entertainment alive. Be lucky. Be lucky. Go home tonight. Be fortunate. Say your prayers that we're bringing the big show to Milwaukee.
He is the man. There is no other. Please welcome the World Heavyweight Champion, the Game, Triple H.
Let me get this straight. You are going to decide my fate? Let me clarify how the world works, okay? You people pay to see me. You don't pay to touch me. You don't pay to talk to me. You don't pay to get near me. And you sure as hell don't pay to decide my fate. Now, do I think it's right that you are going to come to where I work and tell me what to do? No. No. I don't come to where this guy works and tell him when the fries are done cooking. All right? Right. And I don't go to where she works and tell her what street corner she can stand on. So the rest of you, don't come to where I work and tell me what to do. Understand this. I am the greatest athlete alive today. And whether anybody likes it, including you, I am the world heavyweight champion. Now, Vince can keep trying to throw things in my path. He can try to make it so that I don't know on Taboo Tuesday who I'm going to face. Let me tell you what, everyone out there that thinks this is a great idea, I'm going to show you it's a bad idea, because I am going to do what I always do. I am going to go to Taboo Tuesday, and I am going to prove once and for all that I am the man, that I am the king of kings, that I am what I say I am, and that is that I am the game, and I am the world heavyweight champion, walking in and walking out.
That not only is the internet fans at home that are voting on the internet powerful in Taboo Tuesday, but the fans live in this arena in Bradley Center, you are just as powerful on Tuesday, October 19th. So spread the word, come loud, come with your choices. You control the entire night. So many surprises in store for each and every person. We're excited to be coming on Tuesday, October 19th. On behalf of everybody, on behalf of the WWE, keep in mind tickets are on sale right now. We got to head to Kansas City. Raw is live tonight on Spike TV. But we are very excited that in just a couple of weeks, we'll be right back in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Taboo Tuesday. Thank you all very much. Take care.
Well, there you have it, fans. Inside look at the press conference here at the Bradley Center. Right now, we're going to be joined by some of the WWE superstars on their thoughts on this Taboo Tuesday, which is kind of interesting. Some wrestlers like it, some don't. So we'll see. Right back with more of Wrestling Resource Television. Back on Wrestling Resource Television, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce the one, the only, HBK, Shawn Michaels.
How you doing?
For you, your thoughts, you said it at the podium today, 17 years in the business. You've done it all, you've seen it all, you've taken the game to its limits in matches. You at WrestleMania, I mean, just unbelievable what we've seen. What's your thoughts on this interactive pay-per-view?
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Actually, it's, I was talking to everybody earlier. This is cool because this is different for me in the respect that usually we have, 3-4 weeks. We know who we're going in there with. And you can start to, in the theater of your mind, you can start to, lay things out in your mind how it's going to go. But this is an event where it sort of takes us back to, today's past, where you didn't really know what you were doing, who you were facing. You'd show up in a town and they'd say, you're going out there, with Art Cruz, and okay, and you'd go out there and you'd do it. And that's something, to me that we've sort of lost a little bit in this business. And I think when you lose that, when you have all that time to prepare and to think about it, you lose some of the natural instinct, the impulse things that you might not regularly do, or that you might do had you not have a lot of time to think about it. And so that's where I think this event's going to be exciting. I think we're going to see things out of some of these guys that we didn't think were there and that we haven't seen before, because they're not going to be able to prepare for it. It's something they're going to have to deal with off the cuff. Yeah, and that is something I really think is going to really ignite the industry a little bit, because I think we've lost that a little bit. And that to me is what has always made this job exciting. I mean, back, years ago, people used to say, look, he's pretty controversial. And I was, but I used to just go out there and Vince used to sit up there and just not have any idea what I was going to say when I went out there, because I didn't know. And depending on my mood, sometimes I went out there in a really bad mood, and it was like, oh my goodness, are we, is tonight going to be the night we get kicked off the air because of something Shawn says? So I don't think we're going to go that extreme in this, but still, there's going to be something really exciting there that we haven't, that we haven't had in the past. So I'm looking forward to that.
When you step back at Shawn Michaels and you see your career, 17 years, I know what I see. I mean, you see the title range you've had, the action figures, video games, and you're imprint in the business? Because when you step away, there's still people say, that guy reminds me of him, because you're originator. What do you see? Because I know what I see when you step back and see what you've accomplished.
I'm starting to see it now. I mean, I now have a much broader and a much better appreciation for this line of work. When I first got into it, there were so many people sort of teaching us, and just grinding it into us that we needed to get this business before it got us. This business was inherently bad, and you needed to make sure that you got it before it got you. And that, that made me angry and bitter for no reason at all. I mean, I experienced success and prosperity in this business, but I was angry all the time. And then I left for a while, and I got to be away from it, and again, went through, obviously, as many people know, a lot of wonderful changes. And now I have a better appreciation for this, and it is. I'm proud of what I've been able to do in this line of work. I can remember when I just thought about being able to pay the rent. I just wanted to do this stuff because I thought it was neat, and if I could, put food on the table and have a place to live, that would have been wonderful. And now, now we own homes, we have, college funds for our kids, we have real lives, and I get to go to a Republican convention and people want to hear my opinion on something, and that's really big, and I have learned and I've come to a place that that should be appreciated. You know what I mean? This is not just something you ought to blow off. This is we have a huge platform here, and there are a lot of people out there that are impacted by what we do or what we say. And that's a big responsibility, and it's one that I now take very seriously.
Last question, because I know you got to get to Kansas City for WFE Raw, but for you, what keeps you motivated? Because for 17 years you've been through the ups, you've been through the downs, and you've seen your, I say, coworkers, your family come and go. People we both know have lost, and
Right.
What keeps you motivated?
Bottom line, I know that this is the will of God for my life. This is exactly where He wants me, and that's why I'm here. The minute I feel He wants me somewhere else, I will go. And that is, to be perfectly honest, that's why I came back. That's why I'm here now. I don't pretend to know everything about it. I know that His will for my life is to draw closer to Him and to bring other people closer to Him. And I believe that's what He wants me to do with this platform. And I try to do that without shoving it down anybody's neck.
Yeah. All I can say is this is a class act. It's a pleasure to meet him after so many years covering Wrestling Resource Television. Class act, so look for Shawn Michaels to get the belt one more time here in Milwaukee. Thank you very much.
You got it, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with third generation Randy Orton. And for you, all I have to say is that I've been very impressed. I've talked to everyone from Bobby the Brain Heenan to everyone at Cauliflower Alley, and everyone talks about you. And I'm just glad to meet you. And your thoughts on this pay-per-view, because, I mean, you were the world champ. You got, I hate to say it, screwed on that belt. You're going for that again.
That's right. Taboo Tuesday, it's not going to be up to me. It's up to the fans, like you said. And basically, I'm walking into this blindfolded, as is Shawn Michaels, Edge, and Chris Benoit. We all want the same thing, and that's to wear that beautiful gold World Heavyweight Championship belt around our waist. And I believe that, I might not have earned my stripes or paid my dues such as these other gentlemen have, but I had the taste in my mouth. I know what it was like to be the World Heavyweight Champion, and I made history. I was the youngest ever. So I think, the fans are going to see that, and hopefully, I'll be in their favor, and I'll be facing Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship.
For you personally, do you feel like you're held to a little bit higher level of, in this business because you're third generation? People do look up to you, and I mean, when legends talk about you, I mean, does that keep you motivated to be the best?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely nothing that stresses me out. Motivation, like you said, is key in what we do, and it definitely motivates me. I don't feel much. I mean, the pressure's there, but I don't feel the pressure in a negative sense. It's motivation. It's an adrenaline rush. It's knowing that guys like my father and his peers from back in the old school, as we call it, if they respect me, then that just gives me the motivation to want to go out there and prove to them that, you're right. I am that good.
And for you, did you know growing up you wanted to be in this business? I mean, you see your father out there with Roddy Piper. I mean, what was going through your mind as a kid?
Well, you know, I grew up traveling with my father. I remember being like 6 or 7 in the locker room, just all these big guys, and just like, wow, Junkyard Dog, Hillbilly Jim, Piper, you know, all these guys, and you know, it was great, and I wanted to do it, and I'm living my dream. You know, I saw my father traveling as a child, and you know, he was having fun, and now I'm getting to do that. We're, you know, Milwaukee, overseas, here, there, everywhere, California, you know, Australia, we're everywhere. WWE is everywhere, and it's awesome to be doing it.
And for you, when you're on the independent level, now you're up at the show. What was your thoughts? Because I mean, you know, the travel schedule is whole different. I mean, you're traveling, making $10 wrestling one night, driving 200 miles, and now you're traveling the world.
Yeah, you're right. I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and our farthest trip would be, you know, 500 miles maybe to and from, but just stay in the same bed every night for the most part. Now it's pretty much living out of a suitcase. Wow. But it's something, you know, a couple weeks, just like anything, it becomes habit, and you know, I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
How's your health doing? Because I know you've had some injuries recently. I mean, how's that been progressing for you?
Well, I guess the last injury I had was about 1.5 years ago. I broke my foot, but you're right, I had the shoulder dislocation and my broken foot right back to back almost, and those are all healed up. I'm 100%, and I've been going about 1.5 years full, haven't missed a show, and body's very good.
Well, you always worry because, you know, as a wrestler, you're always going to have one little nagging injury, whether everything's healed. For you, who were your heroes growing up when you were growing up?
Well, besides my father, of course, Don Morocco was around the house a lot, and him and my father tag teamed together for a long time, and the magnificent Don Morocco, what a good guy. He was like a father figure to me, you know. My dad would go wrestle, you know, when we were in the buildings, and Don would keep an eye on me backstage. So I remember him real well, and I loved his work, and still to this day respect him very much.
Because your father's had success in the industry, has he given you a lot of advice? Has he been a mentor for you?
He still gives me advice, actually. I go home, and my mom tapes Raw. She cooks dinner. We watch Raw as a family, you know, and he critiques me. You know, he's brutal, but he's brutally honest, and he's my father. He has nothing to gain in misleading me, you know. So, you know, he critiques my work, and I think that's another reason why I've come along so quickly.
All I know is that, look, for a lot of things for you at this pay-per-view, I mean, you're going to be also at Raw in Chicago, so the fans in Chicago, I've seen them, they get excited every time they see you come in the building. So we wish you best of luck here in Milwaukee. Look for possible gold coming back. We're here with the world's women's champion, and first of all, thank you for coming up to Milwaukee. Your thoughts on this pay-per-view?
Oh, I think this is incredible. I think, you know, we stated it many times today in the press conference, but really the fans are what would make us, and the fans are, you know, who come to the live events, and all those, you know, whenever I see a fan and we're able to interact with them, and whether it's a meet and greet or an autograph signing, that's really special. So in this case, it's kind of our way of giving back and saying, you guys, you know, we depend on you, you make us, and that's their way of giving back and being able to get what they want out of us that night.
And for you, Trish, when you're growing up, did you ever think one day to hold that title?
Yeah, I always knew I was going to be a woman. No, I'm just kidding. No, of course not. No, you know, the crazy thing is I mean, I don't think there were many young girls growing up in my time that were like, when I grow up, I want to be a WWE diva, because there were no venues, there were no real women that were kind of making it in the business. Now, I'm proud to say there's enough women who are really just going out there and doing our thing that we're providing that option. And I get a lot of little girls now who come up to us, and we're their role models, and we, you know, provide something for them to look up to, which is really neat. So it's kind of just a testament to the hard work and the involvement of all the women in the current roster.
For you growing up with having that fitness background, I mean, they showed your house and they did the whole tour of everything that you have. I mean, who were your heroes growing up?
Well, actually, my mom was my hero. She kind of just, you know, there were certainly different people that I looked up to and kind of admired certain aspects of them. But my mom was the kind of person that was just a driven person, a strong woman, and that's something I've just tried to be. And of course, you know, there's certain athletes, and within the business, of course, there's people that I look to for advice and to, you know, kind of as mentors. But generally, I just kind of go out there and try and do my own thing.
Well, I know you you share something else with The Rock, because when we interviewed The Rock, his mom was his hero too. So, okay, so best of luck to the pay-per-view, and World Woman Champion here for the WWE. We'll be right back with more Wrestling Resource Television. Here you have it, Wrestling Resource Television here at the Bradley Center. I'd like to thank everyone for watching this month on Wrestling Resource Television. I'd like to thank Joe Villa from WWE. I'd like to thank Michael Smith from WWE. I'd also like to thank Jennifer and our cameraman today, Jeff. You got the 16th, you got Pro Championship Wrestling in Elmhurst, their big event at York High School. The 17th, Rockford, Illinois, WWE SmackDown. Monday Night Raw in Chicago. And then Taboo Tuesday here in Milwaukee. So there you have it. Once again, thank you for watching Wrestling Resource Television. I've been your host, P.L. Myers. We'll see you next time.